And hello, everyone. Welcome to Anime Church.
Hey,
Yep, it's a tired day. We're a little sleepy. But hello, welcome to Anime Church. This is a church where you can cosplay, and we won't judge you for it. That's right. We judge you based on actual things, like how much of an asshole you are. I'm Richie Roberts,
and
your
how much
minister.
caffeine you drink?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I'm Richie Roberts, your minister of science and technology.
And Fenerstar and your patron saint to snackos and alcohol.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to spend a lot of time, hopefully, getting more excited and a little more awake as we get animated, talking about Resident Evil 9 later. We do have other news. I figured
That
we
is part of the reason I'm tired, is I have slept very little because I've been spending so much time playing it.
Mm-hmm. I'm on my second playthrough right now. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm definitely dealing with more blisters this time because I keep trying. I still have that urge to kill everything, even as Grace. Um, well, I haven't gotten it into my brain yet that I don't have to kill everything. I just need to. you know? Um that's part of what bothers me about speedruns. My OCD compels me to like shoot all the Mr. Raccoon bobbleheads, do this, do that, and I'm like, no, no, I don't have that completionist in me that says you have to get everything done by a certain time, yada yada yada. Um, and that goes for all games. To be fair, that's not just Resident Evil, but like, yeah, it's like it is what it is. That being said, though, hello everybody. We're going to talk a little bit about general news. We're going to share some other gaming news, and then we're going to jump into our review of Resident Evil 9. We're going to keep it kind of spoiler free in the beginning, just give our initial thoughts and everything. That way, um, those of you who want to play it but haven't had a chance to play it don't get any spoilers. But we will talk spoilers. I will put up a spoiler tag at some point. I need to go ahead and set that up. I thought I had that already. Why do I not have that? Wow, I could have sworn we had a spoiler tag at one point. Maybe because I updated OBS a while back, we lost it. Oh well. I'll just have to make a new one. That's all. That being said, though, yeah, we got some anime news to talk about as well too. Yeah, thank you for waking up. By the way, my hard drive, I appreciate that. Um, I'm just looking for the spoiler tag, guys. Sorry, this is taking so long. But yeah, how did everybody else's week go? Like, I at least know how Fenris's weekend went because we were gaming. Mm-hmm. Anybody have a fun and interesting thing they did this week? Eh? Eh? Okay.
Nope.
Yep. Okay. Good to know. Glad to know. I don't think I have a spoiler tag on here. That's interesting. Okay. I'm gonna look up an image that I can spoiler tag PNG. There we go. Yeah. Get some images. Ugh, that's an Adobe stack. Literally just looking for a thing that I can grab for this. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Sorry this is taking so long. Just bear with me a little bit longer. There we go. Jeez. Hope this works. Browse. Ah, there it is. Are you kidding me? No. No. Darn it. All right, well, that sucked. I hate when they're like, "Oh, it's a PNG." And I was like, "It is? Is it?" And I go to the page and it's not. And I'm like, "You're jerks for that."
Yep.
It's very very annoying. Okay, save image. Blah, 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 It's a PNG, but it was a PNG that had like the checkered background as an actual background. Ooh, what game? Oh, not 2 5 stars and less than 60 wishes. Oh, Genshin. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dope. All right. Properties. Browse. I need to make sure that I have this. There we go. Okay, so this will be on when we talk spoilers for Resident Evil 9. That is how it will look. And I'll turn the spoiler tag on and off depending on how things go. Everything should be good. We should be able to start now. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, earlier this week they dropped a trailer, the official trailer 2, for Mortal Kombat 2, and I gotta say this one looks better already. I do like the idea that Johnny Cage is our main character that we're following, and he's kind of a past his prime, uh, out of work actor. I think that's
That makes much more sense.
yeah. A past his prime, out of work, aged, action star kind of thing, and I'm like, oh yeah, that totally makes sense. I mean, I don't really know a lot about like the story of Mortal Kombat. This just looks fun. I don't I don't have to go in for like great massive story. This just looks like a lot of action, a lot of fun, and to be fair, Carl Urban's been in a lot of stuff that I didn't know about going into it that I enjoyed very, very much. I absolutely loved him in Dread. I thought he was great as McCoy in the Star Trek series. If you ever saw the movie Red, with Bruce Willis, where he's ex like CIA operative or whatever, Carl
Yep.
Urban's in that, and it was freaking fantastic. It was action packed and funny as hell, dude. It's just a bunch of old retired people who used to do wet work for the CIA. It's just freaking fantastic. Um, Especially when John Malkovich is playing the paranoid guy who turns out he's right to be paranoid. It was just a fun time. And that's what this
I
looks
mean,
like.
he
This looks
knows
like a fun
everything
time.
that's happening.
He's like, damn satellites, poop to that. Mm, I freaking love that. It's like she smells like Washington. Oh my god damn it. Can I kill her now? I freaking
He
love
should
that.
have. He
He should
should
have.
have.
John Malkovich is such a good actor. I'm just saying. He was also excellent in Con Air, where he like it, like a whole plane full of criminals, and he is the most eloquent spoken person in the entire plane. It was like, yep, this is that high IQ murderer. Anyway, um, yeah, this just looks like fun, and I don't need to know a lot about Mortal Kombat. I didn't need to know a lot last time. It's just good. It just looks like a fun time, and I'm here for that. So those are my thoughts. How you feel about the Mortal Kombat trailer, there, Fenris?
It looks like a lot of fun, and I kind of want to watch it,
I will
just
say that.
not in theaters.
I will say that the first Mortal Kombat movie I liked. The one that came out recently, I like. The thing I liked the most about that was like the whole Scorpion storyline that they did, between the two warring ninja clans. I thought that was really interesting, and I'm glad they're keeping that. That was one of the things from the first movie that I am glad is carrying over. All right. Moving on. Let's talk some more sad news that happened this week. Well, sad news. Netflix bows out after Paramount offers a higher bid for Warner Brothers Discovery. I'm not going to go through and read all of this stuff. I'm going to give you my thoughts and my opinions here. If you don't already know, there was this whole bidding war over Warner Brothers. Netflix won it, and then, like a petulant child, Paramount kept crying and crying and crying about it, and then a judge was like, "All right, They have 1 week to offer to give you a final offer to consider, and that's it. And then Paramount put out a high bid, and Netflix was like, "Yeah, you've been dicking us around too long. This shouldn't have happened to begin with, and you're not worth that much." Like, straight up told Warner Brothers that they're not worth the amount of money that they're asking for, and it's over. And Netflix took it, or Netflix walked away, and Paramount's getting it. And what I think is really freaking funny about this deal, what so many different people were complaining about, that they were worried Netflix was gonna do, Paramount's gonna do that, and also they're gonna lay off over 6,000 employees over redundancy because they're a movie studio that already has people in certain positions and they don't want to double up on it.
Ugh.
So, HBO Max is gone. That's going to become part of Paramount Plus, which is funny because in the original deal, Netflix was gonna allow Warner Brothers to keep HBO Max as a separate streaming service. They weren't gonna combine everything together. Um, there's a whole bunch more stuff. I would suggest you guys check out John Campia's channel if you want to know a bit more of the details. They don't dive super deep into it. It's just more than we can go in this little show. But essentially that, and the whole thing with the people that own Paramount, the Ellisons, they're very Trump friendly, and I'm not trying to get overly political, but that's like a thing. Like, I will say this: James Gunn is not a fan of Donald Trump, so James Gunn could just walk away as one of the co-presidents of DC and just not do that, and so DC may just have to reboot again. Who knows? We'll see how things go. That is a big fear in the industry right now, is that James Gunn, after just rebooting and restarting DC, may just get up and just leave because he doesn't want to work for those people. And there's also the fact that Paramount Skydance was buying everything. Netflix just wanted kind of the movie side of Warner Brothers. They were going to let like CNN and all that stuff, they were going to leave that alone and let that be what it is. Paramount absolutely wanted CNN. If you haven't been paying attention to what happened to CBS, then I would suggest looking that up, Googling it maybe. And that's kind of the major fear of what they're going to try and do with CNN when they get control of it. Now, again, this whole process of them taking full ownership, that's going to take over a year because it's still got a lot of stuff to go through. And there could be some stuff that blocks this deal from happening. So it's not fully a done deal, but in my opinion, this is not good news. This just, I was talking to Fenris about this earlier, but this just feels like the only person that walks away not looking like an asshole out of this whole situation now is Netflix, who just straight up said, you've been dicking us around and you're not worth this much money. That was essentially it. So, yeah. Leave your thoughts and opinions here in the chat, in the comments. We don't necessarily want to get overly political on the situation, but if you want to vent your political frustrations, one side or the other, out in the comments, you're free to do that. The algorithm appreciates it. That's all I got to say there. Anything you want to add, Fenris?
Nope.
All right, cool. So let's get to some more nerdy stuff. Live action One Piece dropped a 2-minute clip. The 2-minute 20-second clip shows the Straw Hats on the ship talking about stopping at Logue Town, and it's really funny how in just this little clip, like, you remember all of a sudden how well these actors portray their characters. Like, Iñaki Godoy is absolutely Luffy, and we do see that Jacob playing Usopp, that fear just kind of getting to them, uh, as would happen with Usopp. Usopp's like, "Oh no, man." It's like, what is the running joke? Usopp, I can't go to that island disease because he's always worried every island they go to he's gonna die. Hmm. But yeah, we're not far away from that. I believe season 2 starts this week. I believe we're gonna get season 2, or no, it's 10 days from now. 10 days from now. So next week, Tuesday of next week, is when season 2 is dropping. So we're getting really, really close. But yeah, um, it looked really good.
There's got to be some
I
safer
was
islands around here.
I was super excited about this. I don't have anything else to say. Just looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of being vague about it because I'm both tired and I'm also like leaving you room to comment on stuff, and I don't want to be like overly talky and
So
yeah.
I have no idea what's happening in One Piece. You know this.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I keep telling you the most experience I have with it, aside from the live action season 1, is the 4 Kids version of season 1.
Well, I'm just asking about the live action stuff. I'm not making any comparisons to the show. I just think that
And
this clip was good.
I don't know what's happening. I just know that they're sailing.
Okay.
And they're pirates.
Yeah.
And Sanji knows how to cook.
Yes, he does.
That's all I know about One Piece.
Okay. That's fine. Did you see the
and
clip?
Luffy likes to eat people.
No, Luffy doesn't eat people. He eats things. Only in our abridged version does he eat people.
Well, that's a disappointment.
Yeah. Luffy's not an actual cannibal in the show.
That is very disappointing. I no longer have interest.
Oh, okay. Well, then there you go. I thought you said you watched the live action.
Yeah, season 1.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you see him eat a person in season 1?
No, I was waiting for it to happen.
No, it doesn't happen.
I am so many levels of disappointed.
Dude, this is a show for kids.
And?
He's not going to eat people.
Yeah, well,
where did
if
you
it's a
get
show
that?
for kids, then why does Sanji smoke all the damn time?
Where did you get that?
And why is he a womanizer?
Because it's made for Japanese kids, not American kids. They don't have the same level of censorship over there as we do here.
So then why wouldn't they show cannibalism?
They do show cannibalism, just not in that show. Well, actually, no, they do show cannibals in that show. They're just usually portrayed as the villains. Where did you get the idea that Luffy ate people?
The fact that he eats everything, he's always hungry.
Meat. He's all about
exactly.
Meat. Yeah.
And what the humans are 60% water, 20% meat.
That's not nearly enough meat ratio. Anyway. Moving on. So Phasmophobia dropped a new announcement. The rework of 6 Tanglewood Drive will be dropping on March 3rd, so this Tuesday. So we're getting the updated map. They also showed a little bit of the visual difference here in the garage. So looking that over, this is what the garage is going to look like now. It definitely looks a lot more lived in. I like that. And looks like you can still kind of loop the car, which, yay, that's good, because I think looping spots are still a very important aspect of the game. And then they show the old living room and then the new living room, how it looks now. It definitely looks more lived in. I don't know if you can loop that table, that tiny little table, but I like the layout of the freaking the living room here. I'm wondering what the kitchen still looks like, if they still have that layout image from the picture, but for the most part the design looks pretty similar. I will say that now the house looks a lot better than it did. It definitely has an old, like, built in the 1970s style aesthetic. You know, I feel like if I step foot in this home, it's gonna smell like grandpa. Grandma and those little candies and stuff. Like that's the feeling I get.
Is it
But
bad that there's a certain particular smell for old people homes and everybody knows, even subconsciously?
yeah, we all know. We all have like a little, like, old people home smell that we can immediately relate to. Mm. All right. That being said, I'm looking forward to this. I really am. Again, guys, we're just kind of sleepy, so I apologize if I don't sound enthusiastic, but I very much am looking forward to this, and I want to play on this new map. Uh,
Yeah.
and let us know, are you guys going to hop into Phasmophobia this Tuesday and play on this? And if so, let us know what your thoughts are on the matter, you know?
No, I won't, because odds are I will be playing Resi Requiem still.
I don't blame you, man.
For
I do not
Well,
blame
I'm
you.
on playthrough number 7 right now,
Oh,
so
boy. Oh,
I
boy.
gotta speed run it so that way I can get fucking unlimited ammo.
Oh,
And then I can
that's
run around as Leon with the M1A and just pop things left and right.
that's what I'm working on right now too. Is
I need
slowly
50,000 fucking CP to do it. Man, it's a pain in the ass.
I'm just working on the unlimited guns right now. That's all I'm
Oh
working
no,
on.
to get unlimited ammo, you have to have 50,000 completion points,
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay.
which leads to the 4-hour speed run because that's like 20,000.
Ah, gotcha. All right. On to the next topic. Square Enix officially is re-releasing the original Final Fantasy VII game on PC with extra features. The Twitter account for Square Enix's Final Fantasy VII game announced that it has re-released the original game on PC via Steam and GOG. The new version of the game features an improved gameplay experience with 3x speed mode, the ability to turn battle encounters off, a battle enhancement mode that recovers HP and MP during battles and maxes out the limit gauge and autosave. There are no changes to the story. The game is free for customers of the 2013 port, while the 2013 port of the game will no longer be available for purchase on Steam. It will still be available to players who had previously purchased it alongside the new version that they will be able to access for free. Players of the 2013 release of the game will retain their save files, but saves between the two versions of the game will not be transferable. Oh, that's sad. The 2013
Very
version
much
will
so.
yeah. The 2013 version will not be available to new players who purchased the game after the re-release. The title of the previous Steam release will become Final Fantasy VII 2013 edition. The original Final Fantasy. Okay, so now it's just all backstory on Final Fantasy VII. If you need to know the history of Final Fantasy VII, guys, you have Google and you could look it up.
I mean, it's
So,
been 30 years. You should fucking know it by now.
that being said, though, I just thought this was pretty interesting. Getting some like some old school stuff coming to PC. So PS1 game on PC. Hell yeah, dude. I'm looking forward to it. Mm.
Even though, like I said, it came out on PC in 2013.
Yeah, but releasing it with a few things that probably PC gamers have been requesting as time goes by. So it's weird to think that 2013 was 13 years ago.
Yeah.
That blows my effing mind. Where did the time go, man? I don't know why. I still can't process that I'm in 2020s. I
I
think
mean, it was
honestly,
the before times.
I think 2020 just messed my sense of time up entirely. I still feel like I'm back in the 20 teens, you know?
Like I said, it was the before times.
It was. It was the before times. We now have the pre-COVID and the post-COVID era. It's like it's like AC and DC or AD and DC. All right, let's get to the reason why we're here. BC. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, BC and AD or whatever the hell it is.
At Dominium and before Christ.
Sure.
No, that's what they stand for.
I don't really. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. All right, let's talk. Let's talk Resi 9. We'll do spoiler free. We'll be doing spoiler free in the beginning, and then I'll put up the spoiler tag, and we'll talk spoilers. So, what were our thoughts on Resident Evil 9? Is it as good as everybody has been saying it is? Yeah.
Personally,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay. You think it's overhyped? No. Okay.
A bit, yes. I mean, it's a good game. Don't get me wrong. Just, I don't see it. To me, it's not on par with the 2005 Resident Evil 4 that a lot of these game reviewers are saying it is.
I think it's less that they're saying it's on par with the 05 version of RE4 and saying that in comparison to 5, 6, 7, and 8, this is the best one since. Like of those 4, this is better than those 4. Now, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. But that's because I don't like 7 as much as a lot of other people do.
Because 7 was a scary game.
No, it's not that. There's certain aspects it just didn't feel like until I saw like an umbrella symbol and then like the Chris showing up at the end, it didn't really feel.
That wasn't Chris. Despite what the game says, that was not Chris.
Okay, sure.
And
whatever.
To be fair, he also did not actually say his name was Chris. He just said his code name was Redfield.
Oh. Anyway, it just didn't feel very Resident Evil to me. Don't get me wrong; it was a good game. I will say I feel a lot like some other people. I hated the entire ship portion of 7. I did not like that. But
yeah,
other than that, like I still think 9 is better than 7. And honestly, like I played Village twice. I'm not the biggest fan of Village. Like, don't get me wrong. My favorite parts were Castle Demetrius and some areas of the village itself proper. But like, and now the dollhouse wasn't bad. I liked the dollhouse. That was fun. But like the fish boss in his area and I forget his name. Heimerdinger is what I'm calling him. His whole place, not a fan. I didn't really. It didn't vibe with me as much. I was only partially down with the part where you play as Chris. I thought the story overall for Ethan was really good in 8, but yeah, I really appreciate this one a lot better than the last 4 Resident Evil games in the main line than that we got. So that's kind of where I'm at. And yeah.
That's fair. My biggest gripe about this game, aside from the fact I'm a huge arachnophobic,
yeah,
fuck that fight. That is the one thing I hate the most about all my subsequent playthroughs is that one fight. But yeah, back to the initial aspect. To me, the beginning of both sections, like the first 15-20 minutes, are just a slog.
Oh yeah.
It's getting more and more painful to play through each of those sections. Granted, yes, I'm like I mentioned, I'm on playthrough number 7, and I do it to myself. But I'm also going through trying to find all the Easter eggs, all the hidden items, and trying to solve that fucking final puzzle bullshit.
Yeah, I got a new video up about 2 hours ago. They still haven't, like, aside from like the little inputting the code and getting the laughter in the speaker right above.
Yeah, a lot of people are on Reddit are now guessing it's time locked because of a website called thefinalpuzzle.com
Oh, wow.
that doesn't unlock until April 1st.
Turns out this whole thing was just a big April Fool's prank. There's no final puzzle.
God, you know how pissed a lot of people would be because god damn, a lot of us have sunk a lot of time into it.
Well, there's also like the whole three toilets thing. Like, do you have to flush them? It's like in a certain order. Like, there's so much stuff. I'm enjoying watching a lot of the final puzzle stuff, but also like I appreciate that they didn't do a whole lot of whataboutisms. Like, there was a reason for like certain characters, villains, and other stuff popping up in this. Like, there was a narrative reason for them being there. It's not just, hey, remember this? Hey, remember that? And like, yeah, there are surprises to be sure. But I did very much enjoy. I really enjoyed Leon getting back to the RPD and just hearing the music and the atmosphere of that again.
Yep.
Like, it very brought me back to RE2, but like with that post apocalyptic feel. It's like, so they do member berries, but they do it in a much better way instead of just being
And
like, "Hey, do you
honestly,
like this thing?"
I'm also very, very thankful that they put in flashbacks
Mm-hmm.
and kept them brief.
Yeah. The biggest section of the game to me that is the most annoying, that is going to be the most annoying to do when I get to it in my second playthrough, is the child flashback, the orphanage. I
The orphanage, yeah, that
I do not like that. That's literally, I don't like sitting there waiting for like over a minute or two for shit to get like done, so I can just move on to the next thing. It's just really annoying. Like, first time around, it's good. And there's a lot of stuff in this game that like the first time you play it, you're like, "Oh man," but like when you go back and you replay, it's just annoying because you've already experienced the emotions you were meant to experience, and you've got the story, and you're like, "Can we just skip this?" And unfortunately, no, you can't. Hmm.
yeah.
I was hearing
Um
people complain about not having a proper new game plus in this game, and I'm like, deal with
it
it.
makes sense to be 100% honest.
Yeah, they're like, I. Well, the biggest one was people complaining that all the upgrades and stuff that they made on Leon didn't carry over to your second playthrough, and I'm like, yeah, they're not supposed to. Narratively, that doesn't work. And yeah, people are like trying to say that this game sucks because it doesn't have a proper new game plus or whatever. And I'm like, dude, you can upgrade everything in the game to the max
Relatively quickly too.
relatively quickly, relatively easily. Like, if I wanted to go for the achievement to unlock everything, I literally would just stay in the beginning area on Leon's and just fight. I also like that Leon's gameplay aesthetic is literally meant to encourage you to kill as many things as possible.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. How'd you feel about the dynamic between the two main characters, between Grace and Leon?
It it was a nice contrast.
Mm-hmm.
Um Overall though, I found Grace for most of the game very, very annoying.
Okay.
And not just the, oh, I don't know what I'm doing or, I'm scared type thing. No,
Mm-hmm.
it's more the, yeah, she may be a analyst for the FBI, but even they have some field training.
Yeah. Well, the problem is like I think the overriding thing is like her. anxiety and her trauma and everything from back in the day has a lot more to do with that than training can only make up for so much. If you've got like deeply recessed trauma and anxiety,
But
it
even
can only
then,
make up
like
for training can only make up
that's
for so
where
much.
it's going to get good. That's where it was kind of pulling me out because yeah, she may have trauma and anxiety in that, but if it was as bad as this game is portraying, she
Mm-hmm.
would not have gotten a job at the FBI.
Okay.
They
Well,
would not have passed her through the selection process.
fictional world, man. That's all I can say. Uh,
Like fair, but there's some aspects of realism here that have to be taken into consideration
Dude, we put a fake heart and fake lungs in a body and it came to life. Realism.
because of a virus that like I understand, the duality of what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
but like yes, the viruses and all that are extraordinary. They would not actually happen in real life,
Yeah,
despite
yeah.
what some people have been trying. I completely understand that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, on certain aspects, I look for the realism,
Okay.
something to help, balance out the extraordinary with the mundane.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm critical on she would not have passed the FBI field selection because of her overwhelming anxiety and issues unless she was in a approved um therapy or you know what I'm trying to say.
Gotcha. So, just really quickly, you do you think that the gameplay mechanics and the difference between the two characters is best when it's the first time through, and then when you're replaying it, it kind of loses its shine?
Basically, yes.
Okay.
I have gone through, played first person in Grace, third person in Leon, and yes, that is a fantastic
Mm-hmm.
way to do it. I've also gone through first person for both, third person for both.
Yeah, I'm doing third person for
Um,
both right now.
yeah, aside from, Grace first, Leon third, the both being third person's better
Yeah,
than the both in first.
yeah. I definitely appreciate that more. Um, it is what it is, but yeah, I guess I kind of enjoyed the game a bit more than you did, but that's again, I just finished my first playthrough and I'm getting on to my second, and like I'm back in the basement below the hospital right now. So I'm back in that area, and yeah. Oh, I also realized that I made things a lot tougher on me. Uh, like I was worried about like wasting ammo trying to kill the zombies behind the that are trapped in like their little caged rooms or whatever. Apparently, if you kill them by the time you turn the stuff on, they won't get up as blisters. And I'm like, wait, I could have made this so much easier on myself. Damn it. So, yeah. Also, I was really bad at my resource management with Leon in my first playthrough. Uh, yeah, I was terrible because I was like, I'm only going to use the shotgun and the pistol. I'm going to sell everything up because, yeah, machine guns aren't that good. And I keep forgetting this is Resident Evil. Yeah, the machine gun actually does something in Resident Evil. And
Yeah, the machine
yeah,
gun is worth it.
yeah, the machine gun is absolutely worth it. Also, depending on what charms you are, what charms or whatnot that you put on the gun, I I like what I saw in one playthrough that somebody did when they were going through it quickly. They didn't have the scope on the sniper because they had the charm for it, but they had like a suppressor on the sniper, and they were doing
Yeah,
crazy damage with headshots. Yeah,
that was the M1A. Like that's
yeah,
the
yeah.
sniper that I use because you take the scope off, it's a great close quarters, you get that charm on there, it does more damage than the Requiem.
Oh yeah, it does massive damage. It was amazing. Also, I'm glad to see. I'm glad to see. I wasn't the only person that got a little impatient on my second. On like another run after. Like, okay, so, um, dude got impatient trying to push the like barrel of like blood or whatever it is that's in the kitchen, or and he was like, "Oh, I can make it through this little gap." No, the gap is too narrow. You can't get through there. And immediately started getting harried on by the chef. And I was like, "Oh no." I was like, "Cool. I made the same mistake as somebody that was speed running it, and I feel better about that." Aha, camaraderie. But yeah, how'd you feel about the enemy types that we got in here?
The modified T virus is a fantastic concept.
Mm-hmm.
The fact, they retained some of their personality traits and all that. Uh, in the hospital, it was kind of tense because of that,
Mm-hmm.
and it works so much better in the hospital than it does in Raccoon City.
Oh yes.
Much, much better. When the enemies in Raccoon City, at least for the zombies,
Mm-hmm.
that's where it kind of pulled me out of it,
Okay.
because you got the typical really withered zombies
Oh yeah.
that honestly should not have been around, considering 28 years have passed,
Yeah.
despite the fact that it's explained partially in the arc why they're still around.
Ah.
Then you had the BSAA zombies that looked like they had decomposed and were there for months,
Mm-hmm.
which you would think an organization like the BSAA, oh, we lost contact with some of our troops. Let's send in a larger force to find out what happened.
Yeah. Well, apparently there's some issues with the North American branch going rogue or whatever.
It's not so much going rogue as much as the government took over,
Oh, okay, gotcha. And then,
which we will get to that later. And the last thing that really confused me was in the RPD. You had a lone police officer zombie
yeah, like,
that came out of the area that you fight the first liquor in from
mm-hmm,
RE2,
from RE2.
the
Okay.
the west hallway.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I'm just like, he'd be a skeleton by now.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, what the heck? That there are some moments where I'm like, that was neat, and then in hindsight, I'm like, why did that happen? uh, for
But
the most
that
part,
one zombie,
when we got to the RPD, I was very like, I did very much still enjoy overall the RPD. Yeah.
oh yeah, I fully enjoyed the RPD and all the throwbacks you got it from the T501.
Also, I'm not
Um,
losing. I'm not misremembering here the notes from Meryl that we find in Raccoon City. That's that's what's his name? That's Marvin's daughter, right? Am I losing my shit here?
Marvin didn't, as far as I know, did not have a daughter.
Okay, okay. I thought he did. Then who the frick is this Meryl girl?
Oh,
Because I was looking it up and somebody online said it was Meryl Branagh, and I'm like, wait, Marvin's kid? I was like, wait, what? Hold on, what? But yeah,
okay. That must have been something that was added for Requiem,
might have been. It might have been.
because honestly, before this game, there was not a mention of a Meryl Branagh.
Yeah. Well, that's again, that was just something I was looking up online and was pointed out. But like the most, the majority of people are like, "Who the frick is Meryl?" And I'm like, "Yeah, who the frick is Meryl?" It hasn't come from any official sources, so nothing's confirmed. And I
Okay.
was like, "Wait, oh," because if that had been the case, I'd have been like, "Oh man, that's cool and also so sad." But it is what it is.
Yeah.
All right. Last minute stuff before we go into spoiler territory. What any last minute
Oh, dude,
thoughts?
we've been in spoiler territory. Let's face it.
Uh we've kept pretty much to the stuff that more or less uh they were covering in, like, we could talk about RPD stuff and things like that because those were shown up in the trailer. It was shown in the trailer that he would come back. So that he was going back to Raccoon City and stuff like that. So for the most part, we've been pretty vague. Uh, so that's why I'm keeping it spoiler. I'm saying this is the spoiler free section, and then we'll go into like spoiler details. Uh, any final thoughts before we like really get
Nope.
into like more technical nitty gritty? Okay. Uh,
I thought we were in spoiler territory since the
no,
beginning of it, so
no. I was keeping things as
otherwise I
vague
would
as
not have
possible.
mentioned 3/4 of what I was talking about.
Oh no, we're good. All right, spoiler alert is up, guys. Spoil you? Oh, okay. Well, all right. So, all right, Xeno. Let's talk Xeno real quick.
Oh, you mean the Albert Wesker clone?
Yes, the Albert Wesker clone. Here's my question: if it's an Albert Wesker clone, why does he have the T virus disease? Like,
Because since he is a clone, he does not have the perfected T virus in his system.
I didn't. I guess point in time that he. The reason I was wondering that was because like the abilities and everything that he was displaying that looked those were like Ouroboros level Wesker type
So
things, and I was like at that point
that's
in
the
time,
thing.
yeah.
Wesker in Resi 5, up until the very end of the game,
Mhm.
was not infected with Ouroboros.
Oh,
He was still using the perfected T virus that,
damn.
you know, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, shit. Okay. That totally is me misremembering five. See, this is why I need a remake of five, an up to date version of five, because I don't remember. Like, especially like, I think the story needs a little bit of work and extra tooling and stuff. But then again, I didn't go around collecting all the files and stuff either. Uh, how do we feel about
Eh,
Emily?
Emily,
Mm-hmm.
it's a nice redemption arc for the ending.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to call it the true ending yet because there is some speculation that the final puzzle, once you unlock that,
Mm-hmm.
unlocks the actual true ending.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. Interesting.
Since we don't know more details on it, we can't say for certain.
So how
So
would
I'll refer to it as the good ending for now.
Leon saying that he missed the vitals and like she could still be alive? I'm like, dude,
Motherfucker, when I was shooting it, I was aiming for the eyes, the mouth, the face.
of the monster or of the kid inside it? You know, that's the real
I
question.
knew I knew where the kid was inside.
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
aimed for the
saying.
kid
Yeah,
inside.
I aim for the child. Like, I know, I know where this thing mutated from. Uh, yeah, I'm not looking forward to the orphanage. The orphanage is annoying. I will say that Grace's sections, now that now that I've played through and I have a working knowledge of what will be happening when, a lot of the fear has subsided for the Grace section versus when I first played. That tension that I was talking about. And to be fair, my first playthrough, oh my god, it took me forever to get through there because like I'm like slowly like meticulously trying to make my way through there because I'm like I don't, you know, when I'm playing as Leon, I my biggest problem with Leon is I'm not paying attention to his health because I'm like, oh yeah, Leon could tank all this shit. Leon's not tanky. But he just kills really effectively. Um I got to remember I'm still piloting like a 50 something year old man.
He's 49.
He's 49. Oh, okay.
He was born in 1977.
Okay, 49. Good to know. Uh but I mean, as someone also in their 40s, I can tell you, still, that shit still hurts. You know, I don't move as quickly as I used to, but when I'm moving as Grace, like my the frailty of Grace and the vulnerability of Grace is like always ever present in my mind. But now when I go through on the second playthrough, now when I know where certain things are and yada yada, like I don't have that fear as much anymore. Also, like one of the first things I did was get the infinite knife, and I was like, all right, cool, I can conserve ammo. So I'm kneecapping zombies, pushing them to the ground, and just slashing and stabbing them until they stop moving to save ammo.
Yeah, it
So
makes sense.
so I end up
That
having a lot
that's
more
but that's
ammo.
an old school
Yeah,
Resident
yeah, yeah.
Evil
Oh
strat.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's absolutely. So I end up conserving a lot more ammo because I don't have to worry about knife durability anymore. And so any knife that I pick up, oh, automatically scrap. And so yeah. Did you do the gambling in the
Yep.
parlor? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love that. I didn't find that out until later. Also, I don't remember when it is, but later. Have you been in your other playthroughs? Have you been taking the extra coins and keeping them in your item box?
Yep.
Yeah, because you can turn those into scrap later, if I remember. Like,
You can, and there's also a recipe for some reason towards the end.
mhm.
They can make antique coins.
I don't know why, but okay.
I
Uh,
don't either.
yeah. Uh, I also like the touch of like it's use fire against the zombies and acid against the lickers. Like I love that they continue that trend because of how effective they were in the earlier games. On one versus the other. I got so dude. I had two times where I threw a bottle of acid at a liquor and I caught two liquors in one shot, and it was, oh
Yep.
man. Like I managed to, when you get back upstairs and those two liquors burst through the glass walls and everything as you're trying to make your way through there. I threw it at the first one, and then the second one walked into it. And right as the first one died, the second one started like doing the shaking and violent stuff, going through its death throes. So it's like,
Yep.
oh, up until that point, the second liquor didn't notice it had acid on it. And then as soon as one died, the other was like, oh shit, acid. I thought that was really good. It's just one of those quirky things that just was like really funny. One died so that the other could notice. Uh, but I had some of those. Those were good moments. But yeah, I with Leon, I didn't pay attention to my health or my ammo conservation nearly as much as I should have, and I probably made things way harder on myself. Leon, I have the mentality I need to kill everything, and
Oh
you
yeah, because you
don't.
get rewarded for it.
Yeah, well, yes, and then I felt bad because I left the chainsaw guy alive uh on that second building, and I was like, man, all those points. But yeah. Also, is it just is it am I losing my mind like in the first playthrough when you're playing as Leon? Did I just miss the box and other stuff because I didn't start getting points and collecting points until Raccoon City.
Yeah, no, that's in the first playthrough. That's where you're supposed to start
Oh, okay,
racking up
okay. Because
points.
I'm on the second playthrough, I immediately see the boxes in there because I guess it's because I know what it is and I'm
Yeah, that
immediately
that's part of
recognizing.
the new game plus.
Okay, gotcha. So in subsequent playthroughs, they have those early on. Good, good, good.
Yes.
Yeah. So and because you've unlocked certain weapons and stuff, those are available then, and that absolutely.
Yes.
I also again on second playthrough when you're going up against the girl in the beginning when you wake up as Grace, I felt like I way less terrifying, took me way less time to do because I knew what I was doing, and yet I still saw the speedrunner go through and do it faster. Like apparently because it takes the girl so long to get into the room with the cart that you're pushing over, you can move the cart completely over as it's making its way to you and get the
Go up and grab
screwdriver
the
before she
toolbox.
gets grab the toolbox, grab the screwdriver out of it, and then go hide in that little section as she comes in. And then when she's doing like her whole thing of going and slamming stuff over on the end, you can just leave the room. And I'm like, are you effing kidding me? I wasted so much time thinking I had to stop in the middle of pushing that. Oh, I'm so stupid.
Yeah.
I'm glad I watched that playthrough. There are moments where I looked at that and I'm like, I'm so dumb. Also, there are only a certain amount of rooms that I have to clear. And and like how they handled certain things um when Emily is doing the braille puzzle in the room and you have to protect her or whatever. I think I like how I saw somebody handling that. I was like, oh my god, oh, I could have done this so much better. Because right now I've just redone the majority of the hospital as Grace and Leon in my second playthrough. And like I said, I'm down in the basement. So I get to start the basement stuff all over again. Yeah. Uh, I missed the Mr. Raccoons, some of the Mr. Raccoons in Raccoon City. I missed four. There were four I missed. I'm so sad. I
Yep.
was like, I thought I
So
heard and saw all of them.
thankfully,
Yeah.
thankfully, if you go under the special rewards or whatever it is,
Oh, I
you can
already unlocked the
unlock
map.
maps.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, both
I
maps
found the
are
map.
invaluable.
Yeah, I found the map. Somehow I got the map in my first playthrough for all the ones in the hospital and stuff.
Yep.
So I got all of those. So all I was missing by the time my first playthrough was over, I was only missing four, and they were all in Raccoon City. And I'm like, damn it. So yeah, I got that map, and I got a couple other things. I'm working on getting uh the some more stuff later, like unlocking. I think I'm gonna unlock the one-handed pistol for Grace. I think that's gonna be the thing that I'm looking.
Oh, you mean the machine pistol?
Yeah, the machine pistol, the one-handed machine pistol. Because
So
yeah.
I'm going to avoid getting that
Mhm.
until after I get unlimited ammo
Oh yeah, true.
because it's going to chew through ammo like no tomorrow.
Well, yeah, also true. And my objective is still pretty good. The problem I'm having right now is I'm gonna want to do. Okay, so I skipped getting the gun in the dining room on my second playthrough. I just skipped it entirely.
Yeah, there's no point in grabbing it.
Yeah, there's no point in grabbing it. What I did was I went into the parlor and I alerted the zombies and then went back into the hallway so I could line them up. And I took one shot. I took the one bullet I had in the Requiem and got all three of them in the parlor in one shot.
Nice.
And then went around and grabbed, her gun because her gun's got better stats anyway. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, let me know about what you did. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much about my playthroughs.
So first playthrough, of course, tense, learning everything. Second
Right?
playthrough, I went through on casual just so I could, you know, go through, find as many Easter eggs as I could, and you know, take in the ambiance of
Yeah,
the hospital and learn everything I could.
right. By the way,
Uh,
up until I got downstairs and like ended the stream, I had not saved the entire game. And I felt really good about that considering I had like 40 something saves in my first playthrough.
yeah, like
So,
I on subsequent playthroughs, I didn't feel the need to save nearly as often.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's guys, I will also say for those of you who are interested, it's safe. It is safe to go ahead and say that your first playthrough is the most terrified you're going to be playing this game. 100%.
Yes.
It is. And don't get me like there is a definite if we were to rate this game, I think we would have to rate it in two different versions. It was like how do you rate the first playthrough of this game versus your subsequent playthroughs of the game? Because there is a massive difference between the two. Because once you replay, you start noticing things that you probably didn't your first playthrough. Because
Yep.
I was so heavily invested in my first playthrough, and then now I'm skipping cutscenes and just moving through, and just I'm trying to slowly get to a point where I can play this game on autopilot like I did with RE2 Remake. But yeah, absolutely. So I
And
think there is
it's
a
very
difference.
likely you'll be able to get there eventually.
Yeah, I agree. I do like this. All right, so I was worried that I would have to do the RE2 remake thing of like S plus on like hardcore or whatever in order to unlock unlimited ammo or unlimited rocket launcher or something like that. And it's the RE4 system of points, which is a bit more doable, to be honest.
Oh,
But
it is unfortunately with RE4 you still had to go through on professional to get S plus, which annoys the hell out of me.
yeah,
To just I like my infinite ammo, damn it. I like being able to get it just by using points.
I'm gonna be honest. There's gonna be a mod to give points or to give you S plus on your runs, no matter what. It's within like 2 weeks, easy. Oh man,
Yeah, probably.
yeah. Uh, but yeah, sorry. Continue talking about your playthroughs. Yeah.
I, other than that, it's I took a lot more enjoyment in Raccoon City just
Mm,
because, Leon going back being badass. And I also like the fact that, even though the BSAA zombies were there and, once again, the BSAA should have, regardless of what was happening internally, sent, a larger QRF or something to find out what happened to the first squad that went missing. Um, enjoyed the fact that their ballistic plates actually stopped bullets.
right. Yeah.
At the same time, I hated that their ballistic plates stopped bullets.
Yes, I agree. I agree. Oh my god. Yeah, those guys
I am all
those
for the
guys are when
realism there.
headshots
I fucking hate it.
Yeah, those shots are absolutely when headshots are important. Those guys, yeah. But there is a sick sense of there is an absolutely sick and disgusting sense of glee that I had when I got up on the building, on the upturned building, and like we
And
have
use
all
the
those
artillery?
BSA, and we had all the BSA. Well, no, because I apparently did it the wrong way. I just shot all the BSAA stuff and didn't use the artillery until it was the basic zombies shambling up. No, the overturned building, when you get to the section where you're standing on the windows and stuff and just shooting the glass out from under them and just
Oh,
watching them go
yeah.
wee. A sick sense of satisfaction for that part. Also, can we talk about the guards in the arc, the elite guards or whatever?
Oh, the USS.
Yeah, those guys, with the exception of quote unquote two, they were pretty easy to take out. Number one, the guy with the first one was the guy with the shield guard. That I didn't realize what all I had to do at that point. And then I saw that if you put 3 rounds into the shield, it moves aside. 3 rounds with the shotgun specifically. It will make it where he'll give you an opening and then you can fire in his head and he's done. But now I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this comparison. First off, Hunk. Didn't think we'd get him in this, but yeah, cool.
Very happy he showed up.
What do you think is better? Do you like the Krauser knife fight or the Hunk fight better?
I feel like the Hunk fight is more realistic. For the fact
I don't think this is a Hunk clone, Revan. I think this was actually Hunk.
Oh, it was actually Hunk.
Yeah, this was Mr. Death. Yeah. But go ahead with what you were saying.
I feel like the Hunk fight was more realistic because they were both using firearms as well where they could.
Yes, absolutely.
Versus Krauser was just 100% knife, and I'm like, okay, he's like 30 feet away. I could easily quick draw a handgun and pop him in the fucking leg. Why can't I?
Yeah, exactly. But
versus Hunk, oh cool, I parried him. Quickly fucking hip fire a shotgun into him.
Also, it just shows how much of a badass Leon is that he took out Hunk. Holy shit. Also,
to be fair though, Hunk at that point was in his mid to late 50s.
Yeah, but shit, look how he was moving around and everything. Like, damn. This is a fight between middle-aged people that was pretty freaking intense. Also, I missed it. Apparently, tofu there's a tofu Easter egg in there that I missed
Yep, he
in
shows up
Raccoon
in the
City.
RPD.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, tofu! Damn it, that's so cool. But yeah,
Which
so
Tofu is canon to the Resident Evil lore.
yeah, he is. He
Like
is
the
canon.
sentient piece of tofu with the stars beret is real life in the raccoons in Resident Evil lore.
Speaking of the beret, the Stars office, I was expecting to see like Jill's name or something on it. It was just her beret, at least for now. Now I know one of the pictures that Barry had that he was like, good luck finding, was the key to JoJo's locker, which I thought was cool. But what was the other picture too? Because I haven't figured that one out yet. Because I thought it was in the West Wing.
There's a library card you have to get from Wesker's desk.
Oh.
So okay, what you do is you open the drawer, step out of the office back in, and interact with the desk again, and the library card drops into the drawer. Then you go take it, go to the library. On the second floor, there is a book on a shelf by itself laying flat. You grab it, you open it, it's the picture of Rebecca from Resident Evil 2.
From the RE2 remake? Gotcha.
No, from original RE2.
Original RE2. Okay.
Yeah, gotcha. The picture of Rebecca like sitting cross-legged with a basketball in a sports uniform.
Yeah, okay. Gotcha. All right.
So lots of Easter eggs and lots of throwbacks to the original Resident Evil games.
The reason I'm saying that is because I got the alternate photo that I just used the alternate photo of Rebecca in the exact position you're talking about in a mod on RE2. So I've seen it for so long that I keep forgetting that, oh no, that's not the original photo. The original photo was like her in like cop uniform or something. I don't remember what they used originally.
The original uniform was her in the RPD sports uniform.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I used the modded version so much, and apparently that version is exactly what you described. It's just up to date with the RE2 remake style. Yeah.
Now, question for you. Mm-hmm. How did you feel about Resident Evil being in Resident Evil?
All right. I don't know what you're referencing necessarily.
So with the JoJo key, the locker in the police room.
Yes.
There is a Dreamcast with a copy of Resident Evil 1.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I didn't know.
So how do you like your Resident Evil in your Resident Evil?
That's pretty dope. That's pretty cool. I like that. Okay, how do we feel about let's get another elephant out of the room. Well, actually, let me ask one more thing before we do that one. How'd you feel about the motorcycle fight, Chase?
I don't think it's canon because Leon didn't crash. And the motorcycle was usable at the end.
Yeah, dude, it was still fun. I had a lot of fun on that motorcycle chase. But
again, don't get me wrong, it was a lot of fun, but I'm still questioning why Leon, of all people, all the vehicles he piloted or drove are perfectly fine when that has never happened in a Resident Evil game before.
Not true. In RE4 and RE4 remake, the boat he took to get to the island, he did not crash it.
So the boat he took to the island, he didn't drive. Ada did.
Yeah, well, in remake, I think he was driving. No, wait, she was driving, but then
she was driving. She took her hook shot and left while Leon was in the passenger seat.
Yeah, but he didn't blow it up or anything. He still had to like dock it to get on the island. He didn't crash it. There's no definitive proof that it crashed. This is Schrodinger's boat. Until we have definitive proof, the boat is both crashed and uncrashed.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah.
And you cannot argue the train at the end of Resident Evil 2 either, because that blew up.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't driving that, to be fair. That one's on Claire.
Depending on which route you went with.
That one's on Claire, or if we want to get really interesting, that's on William Birkin.
No, I wouldn't place it on Birkin because yes, he may have been on there and triggered the self-destruct, but he did not drive it.
Also, how do you feel about getting a little William Birkin flashback?
Like I said, I love the fact they had flashbacks
Yeah.
and that they kept them brief.
I also I liked seeing some of the characters come back in like short moments because we're dealing with Raccoon City and like the Grace flashback we get a little cameo of William Birkin. And again, he's there for a reason. It makes sense he would be there. Narratively, it works. It's not, hey, remember this guy? Hey, remember this guy? There's a reason for them to be there. So, on the topic of member berries, let's talk about the Tyrant. He doesn't have the hat, so I'm not, he doesn't have the hat, so I'm not down with calling him Mr. X, but the Tyrant, yeah. How do we feel about him coming back? Also, he wasn't there long. He was there for a short period of time, and I'm okay with that.
So despite what some people are saying, it is a completely different version of the Tyrant.
Yes.
It is a new modified version of the Tyrant series, the T501, which does have a lot of similarities with the T103s because the T103 was the most successful Tyrant they had.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, I enjoyed the fact that he was there. I also enjoyed all the different like nods that he had throughout your very quick chase scene.
Yeah.
Like towards the end when he took the tail end of the helicopter from Resident Evil 2 and used that to demolish part of the second story.
And impaled me a few times with it too, because I didn't know.
Also, can I just say the death scenes are fucking brutal.
Yeah. Oh, they are so brutal. Yeah, 100%. And then I didn't do a lot of parrying with Leon until we got to the Tyrant fight. Until we got to the fight with, I keep wanting to call him like Super Tyrant because that's the form at the end of RE2 remake, but he's not necessarily Super Tyrant.
At that point, it's still called the Super Tyrant for the T501s.
Okay, so with the Super Tyrant fight, up until that point, I hadn't been parrying because it's not a thing that comes up and like it's not a thing that popped up like, hey, this is how you do it, and they didn't give you. I didn't have that in my mindset, so it didn't become a thing that I started doing until that late in the game. And so I'm like, oh yeah, my Leon playthroughs are going to be so much better now because I know how to parry. Oh my god, blisters are nothing now that I know how to parry. Yeah, I'm like, holy shit. Leon's like, it saves me so much ammo. Leon's so much more fun. Oh my god. So yeah, my Leon playthroughs became way better. And of course, the plant has returned. Even though
Plant 43.
Plant 43, even though yes, 42 was the one from the mansion incident, the Spencer incident. Also, dude, the Spencer stuff
real quick on that.
Yeah, go for it.
Real quick on that. So there were two separate plants in the Resident Evil universe. You had Plant 42, which was a secondary infection, completely unexpected. That was in the Spencer estate. Plant 43 was in Nest. That was them trying to recreate Plant 42 in a controlled environment to try to weaponize it.
Oh, that was the one in RE2 where you have to get the weed killer or whatever.
Yes.
Unquote. Yeah, the herbicide.
So Plant 43 survived the events of Resi 2 and just kind of grew out of control in the 28 years since.
Well, there was a file that I read that was talking about like, hey, when you're transporting stuff, don't make sure to handle it carefully, because the file said that they dropped seeds and that's what grew Plant 43.
And it's still Plant 43 from Nest. The seeds, whether
the seeds of it
are from the same plant, but there's also the fact that it could have very well survived because of
But
how
fr-
populated or how big it had grown and how
okay,
far the root system had been.
from the file that I read, it just from the file that I read in game, it just seemed like that was the cause of the plant being at the entrance or whatever. But who knows? It could be a little from column A, a little from column B, for all we know. Uh,
Yeah.
but I will also say it kind of threw me off in the beginning because as I'm going down and I'm seeing all that stuff, I'm like, wait a minute, is there a Mega Mycete? Are we tying 8 in? Oh, but no, it was just Plant 43. And
It was not the Mega Mycete that tied in 8.
Yeah, it was Spencer himself. It felt like.
No, it wasn't so much Spencer himself that tied in Village. It was the Hound Wolf Squad at the end.
Yeah, that and
also the fact Leon took a jab at Chris.
Yeah, he's never around.
Would have been so much easier if he would have shown up.
Yeah, it's like, could you just okay? And then last but not least, let's talk about. All right, so I know Charlie talked about this and how disappointing it was. We got Xeno, we got a Wesker clone, and we never fight him. Were you a little disappointed? I didn't think about that. I didn't think about like how hype I would be to fight him. I knew I didn't. My whole thing in my head was Leon can't take this. Like, this is not
the
Chris.
whole thing in my head while
Leon,
watching it was no, fuck no, fuck
Yeah.
no, fuck
Yeah.
no.
So when you choose, by the way, there's 2 endings so far that to this game. For those of you still listening in, there are 2 endings. If
That we're aware of.
that we're aware of. If you choose the save Elpis route, I don't know what happens to him in the other. I'll look it up at some other time. But if you choose the save Elpis route, you find out that Elpis is the cure, quote unquote, because it turns bioweapons normal. Like, so they lose their powers. Yeah.
So it's not so much an anti-bioweapon, it's like a complete antiviral.
Yeah. It's a complete antiviral.
Not just the T virus, for every virus in existence.
So Grace hits
it is
Xeno
a cure-all.
It is a cure. So Grace hits Xeno with it, and it immediately Grace doesn't. He injects himself.
Because he thinks it's the ultimate bioweapon for mind control.
And so what happens is he loses all his powers and everything, and that's why Vincent is able to kill him. And Charlie was saying he was really disappointed because he was looking forward to fighting Wesker, and I wasn't. I was like, I don't want to fight a Wesker clone. I don't want to fight Wesker again. It was already annoying to fight him in 5. I don't need it in 9. Thank you. No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Chris is here's the first thing I'm going to say about Leon. Leon doesn't go around punching random boulders. First and foremost, okay? He has one job. It is to crash vehicles, and we're not even sure he did it yet.
And he failed that spectacularly.
I did it. Hang on. Now, that isn't to say that he didn't destroy the vehicle, because it is possible that the vehicle got destroyed. He just didn't crash it. And all the chaos that happened.
So no, the motorcycle ran out of gas.
Oh no, I get that, but in all the chaos that happened post all of this, it could have got destroyed somehow.
Okay, that possibly, but his Porsche more than likely didn't, because that was on the outskirts of the city.
Yeah.
Or the contaminated zone.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I actually liked the Vincent fight, and finding out that, of course, the reason Vincent is so tall and moving around and capable of getting is he's a nemesis. Which
is also ironic, considering the fact that he would have been a willing Nemesis participant.
Yep.
Because at one point he was human.
Yeah.
Which you can see in all the picture documentation, all that from Road Hill.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was a student of Spencer.
Yeah, and the fact that he retains all of his consciousness, which is a nice tie-in with the advanced T that we've been dealing with, where aspects of consciousness. So I would assume that he didn't get his nemesis ability until much later, because when we had the flashback in the beginning of the hotel murder, he did not appear to be the same.
So the at the hotel murder, that was not Gideon. That
okay.
was a different person.
Okay.
It's explained in one of the files that because of the fire, it took out the assailant and Alyssa's bodies, or at least burned them to the point where they didn't have to eliminate the assailant.
Okay. Overall, what did you think of the story of this game?
The story, it had its ups and downs.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10.
Okay. Now I do think we should do a rating for this specifically. What rating would you give your first playthrough of the game? Because I think that is
first playthrough.
The devs. This is the most intentional the devs are. Like everything that you're supposed to be feeling and everything. Like it. I think the first playthrough is meant to be that way. Yeah.
First playthrough easily 8.5.
Mm-hmm. And subsequent
playthroughs about a 6.5.
Okay. All right. I would, pardon the pun here, I'm going to give this a 9 for my first playthrough. I was really, really invested. And, once again, have to tip my hat to the actress playing Grace, both as her performance actress and doing the voiceover work. Like, she fucking is amazing. Like, she is a big reason why I felt the tension that I did playing as her. She did a phenomenal job. I cannot tip my hat to her enough as somebody who has to do similar stuff like this in other projects. Like, not necessarily the Degrees of Terror, but like as someone in the voiceover community, I get I recognize a good performance when I hear it, and this was a phenomenal performance. So I just wanted to shout that out. Like, she's fucking amazing. I should have looked her name up, but oh well. It is what it is. But yeah, really, really cool. Very much enjoyed it. Any last minute thoughts before we move on?
No.
All right. Well, we got like 30 minutes to wrap up everything in the anime block. I think we'll be fine. All right. So we got a trailer for the... Oh, I could take the spoiler tag down. All right. We're back on the non-spoilery side of things. We have a trailer for the for Gate 2. I guess it's not Gate Season 2. It's just Gate 2. Tides of Conflict.
Because it follows a completely separate unit.
Yep.
And this is the
naval.
Yeah, the naval branch of the Self-Defense Force.
Yes. So, I also, if nothing else, them using the music that they use, the that gave me a little bit of nostalgia. But, what I've seen from the trailer, I feel the same level of excitement for this as I did when they initially announced it. I was like, more Gate? Yes, please. Yeah, I'll take it. No problem. Like, I didn't see anything that was like mind-blowingly awesome. I was just like, yeah, I'm here for this. It's a good time. I'm ready for it.
I want to know how they got them through, how they got the submarines through the gate.
That I do want to know. Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
What the fuck? How? That is what I need to know. How? All right. Did they have to carry them over in like big like tanker trucks? Like how? Yeah. That is my
God
question.
Damn it, like Gate is one of the most hyper realistic anime out there, which is kind of saying something. The fact that it's a fucking sci-fi isekai.
Yeah.
But yeah, like all the military stuff is on point.
Yeah. Oh, it absolutely is. Yeah. Uh yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about this. Is just I'm looking forward to it, and I hope we get. I hope it lives up to
And
the
the teaser
first one.
doesn't give much away,
It doesn't. I have no
which
idea. It just is like, hey, here's all these different characters.
hey
Bet you're
kids,
wondering what they're all about.
hey kids, do you like maritime violence? Yes.
Yeah,
Hey adults, do you remember Gate? Yes. Well, do I have an anime for you?
it's like, hey, do you want more characters from this world to fap to? Well, we got a whole bunch
No.
of Gooner bait right here for you, and I'm like, oh god damn it, they do, they. The amount
They
of
really do.
the amount of Gooner bait that was Rory Mercury, man. Come on, like that was just straight up Gooner
Yeah.
bait. Yeah. It's like, hey, we got more of that, and I'm like, ah, fucking course you do. Japan is the home of the Gooners. Let's be honest. All right. On to the next one. So I don't understand this one. This is confusing to me. Crunchyroll announced on Wednesday that it has begun streaming the first season of Oshinoko anime in collaboration with partners including High Dive. The company will stream the second season in spring. The anime is streaming in Japanese with subtitles with the English dub. In addition, Crunchyroll has begun streaming Castilian, Spanish, and German dubs for the ongoing third season. So why the fuck is this even on High Dive anymore, man? That is my question. They have both the dub and the sub of season 1, 2, and 3 now. What the fuck are we doing? Why is this on two
Crunchyroll
separate
probably
streaming
paid an
sites?
exorbitant amount of money to be able to do this.
Sure, but like licensing rights and whatnot, why I now have it on two separate streaming services. I did. I,
I'll still say High Dive is superior to Crunchyroll.
they didn't even change anything. They kept the High Dive subtitles. It's all the same.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Which kind of leads me to believe Crunchyroll struck a deal with High Dive themselves to be able to use
I think
High
so.
Dive stuff for a fee.
I honestly think they did too. And like,
Which, if
guys,
that's the
and
case,
if that's the
oh,
case,
I'm I'm kind of okay with it because it's a win-win for both. I mean, Crunchyroll gets seasons 1 and 2. High Dive makes some money off of Crunchyroll for letting them use
also
their stuff.
also Crunchyroll, if you're gonna do something like this, if you're gonna spend what is probably a ridiculous amount of money to do this, I don't want to hear anything about AI subtitles ever again from you. You're not allowed to say anything about how expensive subtitling is. You're throwing money at at something that didn't need to be thrown money at. Like Oshinoko, like I at least get like doing season 3 live, like for, but like dude, this was High Dive's thing, and you didn't need to pay money to also get it. This is in my opinion a waste of money on your part. So if you say ever how expensive subtitling is, I'm going to tell you where you can shove this pickle. You brought this on yourself, Crunchyroll. All right. Speaking of more Crunchyroll stuff, at least this time, like we're legit in here. So Crunchyroll is screening the second Slime movie in Canada, the U.S., UK, Ireland on May 1st. So that is when we are getting it in theaters, apparently. So, which I will actually go and watch in theaters. I'm going to go watch Slime in theaters. I know.
I mean, we have to support the takeover of anime in the theater industry.
Also that, yeah. But it's mostly because I want to, we cover Slime, I abridge Slime. I gotta throw my support behind this one, dude. I'll feel like such a bitch if I'm sitting there telling people to support the official release and I don't at least go to the theater to watch it. I'm bringing my own fucking snacks though. Movie theaters, you can suck my whole asshole. I am not paying your exorbitant concession prices. Y'all can go get effed. It does not cost that much for popcorn or soda. Like, get out of here. Like, if you're gonna provide me alcohol while I'm watching the movie, that's a different story. Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
I've
for it.
started going to more and more theaters, and more of them have bars
Yeah,
in the theaters.
yeah,
So
yeah, dude. I'll
by
happily
all
pay.
means, I will pay $10 for a
Dude,
drink
oh,
in a
dude,
theater.
dude, you get me a like a light blue alcohol drink that I can bring in that looks like Rimuru. Like if I can get a drink that matches the Rimuru colors, yeah, I'm for it. Like keep me on theme, bitches. Oh man,
Like I remember going
that's
to
what
see Deadpool and Wolverine, and they had Deadpool themed drinks, and I
that's
bought
what I'm
one of
saying.
each.
Guys, I'm just telling you, there's a market in there for this right now. Ladies and gentlemen, most of the people that are going to go watch this anime stuff in theaters, we're going to be adults. You need to get us like little Rimuru stir sticks. Like little stir sticks that have like a little Rimuru end on it and it's all the color and same thing to just kind of stir our alcohol with. Just it's a little thing we could take with us. It costs just a little bit extra if we want. I would buy that. I would use it here all the time, but I would buy it. But yeah, it's coming out on May 1st. Yeah. Any other marketing ideas we can throw at movie theaters for anime movie nights? Oh man. What are some Gundam inspired things that you would want to have at your movie theater, man? Oh shit, I can absolutely see a
Um,
Gundam popcorn bucket. That would actually make sense.
Hear me out on this.
Yeah.
A pixie stick in the shape of one of the beam sabers.
That's awesome. Oh my god, that's okay. All right. So this may be disgusting or genius depending on how you think of it. All right. So, I did this before and it was delicious. So, it's not difficult. It's basically two ingredients. You get pancake mix and while it's still dry in the container before you start, mixing it and turning it into the batter, you pour pixie stick powder in. It's delicious.
That's not that bad.
Uh-huh.
I've made Dr. Pepper, root beer, and Mountain Dew pancakes before.
I'm down to try the root beer pancakes, man. That sounds good. All right.
Essentially, you take like the just add water pancake mix and replace
Yeah.
the water with root beer.
Oh, dope. Dope.
Super easy, very sugary, but also less sugar than smothering your pancakes in syrup
Or pixie stick powder.
or pixie stick powder.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about the next thing. So Studio Mappa announced on Wednesday that it will absorb its sibling studio, Contrail, through a merger, assuming all rights and obligations. The studio will now be under Mappa's management, but the brand will continue to exist. GameBiz reported that the studio concluded its sixth fiscal period ending in March 2025 with a net loss of 68 million yen, or roughly $435,000 US. Contrail and Mappa have collaborated previously on projects such as the anime short titled Tell Me About Yourself in April 2025. Contrail is currently producing The Morning Children. Okay. I'm not saying all of that. Anime. And yeah. Okay, so that's the director Sunao Katabuchi from Black Lagoon and In This Corner of the World established Studio Contrail on September 2nd, 2019. And Contrail animated a one-shot manga from the Shonen Jump Plus platform for the platform's 10th anniversary in 2025. And of course, then they talk about the fact that MAPPA and Netflix have a partnership going on. Alrighty. On to Gundam news. Tell us a little bit about this Gundam news there, Fenris.
So, the second Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway film has sold over 1,343,651 tickets for approximately 14.4 million US dollars in the 29 days since it opened on January 30th. It ranked number 6 in its fourth weekend at the Japanese box office. The latest box office total would would make the second Hathaway film the number 4 Gundam film at the Japanese box office after 2024's Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Freedom, making about 34 million US dollars, including special screenings. 2025's G-Quck's Beginning and 1982's Mobile Suit Gundam 3 Encounters in Space.
Oh
The
boy.
film opened on January 30th and ranked number 1 after its first weekend. The film first sold 511,500 tickets and earned about $5.43 million in its first 3 days. It was
Yeah.
delayed from a planned 2025 release.
Yep. So sounds like movie 2 surpassed movie 1. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Oh, movie 1 never made it to theaters.
Oh, did it? Oh, wow.
At least not as far as I know.
Okay.
Let me double. Oh wait, according to this article, towards the end, the first Hathaway film did make it to Japanese box office, just never American box office because
Yeah.
it came out on Netflix.
JP Theaters. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I was like, wait a minute. I remember something about like Gundam Hathaway film Japanese box office stuff. I could have swore. All right, let's get to some weird shit. Content.
Also,
okay, guys, we got to give a
real quick. One other thing about the second Hathaway film. "Sweet Child of Mine" is, I believe, the ending song for it.
Sweet. Okay, a little content warning here, guys. This article contains graphic descriptions of grape and a specific type of abuse. So Shogakukan apologizes for releasing a new manga by creator convicted of blank crime against minors. Yeah. Shogakukan's Manga 1 editorial department issued a statement and an apology on Friday regarding manga creator Shoichi Yamamoto after the editorial department had allowed Yamamoto to publish a new manga on the service under a pen name after he had been arrested and convicted of a blank crime. According to the statement, after Yamamoto was arrested, indicted, and fined in 2020, the publisher canceled serialization of Yamamoto's Daten Sakuzin manga on the One platform. However, in 2022, Manga 1 started serializing on writer Hajime Ichiro and artist Eri Tsuruyoshi's Jonin Kamen manga, even though Hajime Ichiro and Shoichi Yamamoto were the same person. Shogakukan has now halted digital distribution of Jonin Kamen manga and also halted shipments of the physical compiled volumes of the manga. Shogakukan stated it should not have hired Hajime Ichiro as the original writer of the manga. The company apologized to readers, artist Tsuruyoshi, other creators who contribute to Manga 1, and to all parties involved. Manga 1's statement on the civil case. Manga 1's editorial department also mentioned a civil lawsuit in addition to the criminal case regarding Yamamoto, stating that during the settlement negotiations, the editorial department, as an organization, had no intention of getting involved. However, a manga editor did participate in a group chat in a messaging app after being requested to do so by both parties involved. According to the statement, both parties involved in the civil case had already decided on certain conditions of the settlement before the manga editor participated in discussion. Shogakukan stated the editor advised the parties to hire a lawyer to prepare notarized documents for the settlement. The editorial department stated it was not fully aware of the seriousness of the civil case and did not have sufficient information regarding the case, and its response was inappropriate. The editorial department added it will work to prevent a similar situation from happening again. Manga 1's editorial department did not provide details on Yamamoto's arrest in 2020 and did not give details about the civil lawsuit he was involved in. There's more Shogakukan's own statement. There are civil case details, which we will not get into. Manga creator reactions and backlash, which, holy crap. I can imagine. Ai Minase expressed her anger and has asked that her works be removed from Manga 1. Minoru Takeyoshi similarly stated they have decided to halt publication. of their Shokubutsu Byorigaku Asuno Kimio Nagao manga in Manga 1. Uh, Konomi Wagata stated that their My New Life as a Cat manga was slated to update on Manga 1 on March 6th. They have decided to halt publication on the platform, adding, "This is their personal decision based on their personal feelings." Miku Mitsuki also stated they plan to remove their manga from the Manga 1 platform. Other authors, such as light novel author Kazumi Sawatori, expressed outrage at the Manga 1 editorial department statement, adding they do not support the statement. Many of these statements also asked readers to read their works on other platforms or in other magazines. Then they go to Yamamoto's manga publishing history, and yeah, it's just whole. So the statement that apparently outraged all of this, Shogakukan announced on Saturday it will set up an investigative committee that will include lawyers to clarify the facts of the situation, particularly to understand how the manga serialization began and the involvement of an editor in the settlement negotiations. Oh, wait, and to understand how the manga serialization began. Oh, okay, and just the okay. The sentence looked, dude, they type some shit very weirdly here, and it makes me like go back and have to
They
relook at
need
everything.
somebody to go through
Proofread.
and proofread this
Yeah.
shit.
Like a human being. You can't get ChatGPT to do it for you. The company will report the results of the investigation, take strict measures, and create and implement measures to prevent reoccurrence. Shogakukan stated it should have first and foremost considered the feelings of the victim. Shogakukan apologized to readers, Tsuruyoshi, other authors who write and draw for its publication, and all parties involved. Yeah, this is just PR bullshit, is what it sounds like, and yeah. I'm willing to bet a good chunk of them knew, and then they didn't care until it was probably found out.
Okay, let me summarize it for you. We're sorry we got caught.
Yeah, that's kind of yeah. Mm, damn. Okay. Wow. Um, just guys, you don't want to read too far into the actual civil case. It's just gonna make you angrier. But just guys, you need to understand that this isn't like a misunderstanding or something. Like this is horrible shit perpetrated on a minor, and the fact that this guy still has nether regions, let alone can even create manga, is a sheer freaking surprising act. That
Yes.
being said, we're gonna move on to our last thing. This one's just because I like the show. Ace of the Diamond Act 2 second season anime debuts on April 5th, so we finally are getting a release date of April 5th. The official website for Ace of Diamond Act 2 second season, the sequel to the 2019-2020 anime series of Yu Terajima's Ace of Diamond Act 2, or Dino Ace Act 2, manga, revealed on Sunday that the sequel will debut on April 5th on TV Tokyo and affiliates, and also ATX. The anime will stream on Netflix in Japan following the broadcast. For those of you who, like me, have read the manga, you know that you know that Ajun is finally the ace, and he's going to be going up against some tough teams, and I can't wait for that. But we're still we're still hoping that Terajima will go back and do Act 3 of the manga, because that's Act 1 essentially is when the main character is a freshman in high school. Act 2 is when he is in his second year, and we want to get Act 3 when they're finally the seniors. You know, they're the third years, and see how the team has grown and changed from that. Because man, their second year, so much stuff was learned, and I get it if you're not a sports person, but like I'm not. All right, to be fair, I only care about sports when it's in anime. I don't typically get invested in the sports ball in real life. Um, yeah, for the most part, I don't really care about the sports ball. I think the most into sports ball I get is if I'm watching female beach volleyball. That's when I care. Yep, that's about it. That being said, guys, that's it for the show. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Uh, do you feel like we had an adequate amount of time to talk about Resident Evil 9? I feel like we did.
Yeah.
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 Great. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. This has been Anime Church, the church where you can cosplay and we won't judge you for it. I am Richie Roberts, your Minister of Science and Technology.
And I'm Fenrisaru, and your patron saint to snackos and alcohol.
And we will see you guys next week for more nerdy news. But of course, you can come see us tomorrow for more anime, or rather, more light novel readings. We'll be back into Mushoku Tensei. We'll probably, once again, at the end of the month, we'll probably hit up some more webtoons. Oh, yeah, Fenris, we hit up webtoons and read a bit of like first 6 or 7 chapters of A Man's Man. And we figured out an interesting way to do it, since everybody can have access to it and you can read it for free up to like certain amount, a certain distance in. We've got a bunch of different series that we're looking at, and we just basically go, okay, for this chapter, this person reads, and then this person gets the next chapter. So everybody has a chance to read like a whole chapter. And because it was just the 3 of us, we ended up going at least 6 chapters in. So everybody got to read 2 chapters. And then we talked about what we thought of the series at the end and kind of gave like a little review, like, how do we feel, X amount of chapters in? Are we interested? Are we invested? Is this, or does it feel like it's a slow burn? Like it seems neat, but it's going to take time for me to invest in this or whatnot. And so, yeah, if you're available and want to join us for light novel readings, we are changing from the gaming stuff to webcomic readings at the end of the month. So
Fair enough.
I'll give you a heads up in case you want to jump in and join us.
That would be appreciated, because it also depends on what's happening with the other channel.
Well, here's the other thing. Here's the other reason why I'm bugging you about it. It looks like if we don't continue reading a little bit more of A Man's Man, it looks like the next one we're gonna pick up based on the voting from us is probably gonna be Omniscient Reader.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so I figured, hey, you might want to jump in on that one. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming by and hanging out. We'll see you next time. Take care, and bye for now.